How's it going, YouTubers? Here today, episode 6 with Emily from Straight Blast. Let me see. Yeah, I did it right again. I'm getting good at this, pointing stuff. Here we got Straight Blast, Gemini. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you? We lose you?
Oh, we're freezing. I hear you, you're freezing.
Yeah. You keep freezing too.
All kinds of funky stuff happening.
Mm.
We can hear you, but your picture's frozen for us.
Yeah.
We still here?
Hello? All right.
Going on.
I'll go to the rescue.
All right, there.
We're still here. Can you hear us?
Is it on Instagram?
I hear you
YouTube.
a bit.
Mm.
Let me try this.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's a front.
I can hear you, but your picture's still frozen.
Working.
let
Let me go try something else quick.
Oh, it's us. We're the problem. No, we're not the problem.
Well, it looks like it's all right on YouTube, but could be wrong.
There's a bit of a delay.
All right, I had to go tell her that she couldn't be on the streaming on the TV. Turn it to cable. I think we're good now. But okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys tune in and see how this works. But I usually go through articles or some. There wasn't really any news articles on Wolf Market, so we're going to do a little bit of a current game. But what is your guys' opinion on this community, and what do you think we could do to make it better?
Pretty generalized question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Overall, the community as a whole, it brings in all walks of life and it brings everybody together on a common ground. The issue is everybody has their own idea and their own opinion on how certain reptiles should or have to be kept in order to thrive. And there's a lot of back and forth on that where there's no one right answer. There's many different right answers, but people get very set on their one right way and don't want to admit that there could be other right ways.
And I don't know what's going on. Like, I usually don't have issues like this.
Can you hear us?
And I think it's me. It's on my end because when yins go out, I go out too. If it was on your end, it would just you go out.
Yeah, like we can hear you, and then
Boy,
your
this
picture will
blue.
freeze.
Could you turn your mic up a little bit? Yins are real low now too.
Hang on. Hey, my mic is max. Yeah, my mic
this
is
was
max.
just a hectic day, so this is par for the course for something to happen today.
All right, technical difficulties. It happens.
The wind is blowing in the right direction.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it is what it is. But we'll do it this way: thumbs up or thumbs down with community.
There.
Thumbs up.
Exactly. This is a great community. I've met so many people, and that's not everyone, but a majority of the people are very friendly, helpful. Even if I run into a person that I don't really like, I'm not the one that's going to put them on blast or do anything. I'll even support you. I'll even give you the thumbs up just because. I mean, we really got to start preaching community. And I mean, I think if we come together, we could really maybe get some of these laws pushed aside, get some of them back. But, it starts with us. It starts with the breeders. It starts with the hobbyists. We really got to come together and start pushing these things. All right. So the thing that was going around this week is temps for incubation. What are your temps you incubate at? And have you heard that if you do a higher incubation temperature, you can possibly produce more females?
So last year we've only done one season so far. So I mean, take that for what you will. But last year we incubated. I had our thermostat set to 91. It was putting the actual egg boxes right around 89.8, 89.9. In our experience, we were very female heavy. We only did 4 clutches last year, but 2 of them were all females, and the other ones were about a 50-50 split. So, I mean, I could say that, I don't know, I think there's some merit to it, but, you know, we're 1 season and 4 clutches, so that's a really small sample size. It could just be luck. You know, we're going to do the same number or same temps this year, see what happens.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, happy, healthy babies is all we really care about.
Right. Boy, guys, this one's difficult with this cutting in and out like this. But
your
what are
audio's
your
not
guys'
cutting in and out,
opinion
Jeff.
on enrichment?
What about Richmond?
Man, what is going on tonight?
I heard you say something about Richmond, but I had no idea what you were asking.
Hey, he ended up dipping out. He's back.
All right, I'm going to try to change my setup and go back in my room and see if any get closer to the modem. So just give me a minute.
Yep, not a problem. We're in here. There's only like 4 people here in the chat, but we can't see it this way.
Yeah. And we have our chat open in the background. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just kind of want to engage,
I'm going to have
we
to
can
go
work
here.
through that.
Yeah, what's up to everybody in the chat?
I'm going to have to turn on the light and everything.
Light helps.
Darkened ship. Everything's a mystery. Hey guys. I'm Tammy and Leviathan. It's great to see you guys in the chat. My animal house.
What?
All
right.
Hey,
Closer to the modem, this might work a little better. Usually
Yay.
I don't have a problem, but I guess tonight it wants to be.
Your video is not as choppy already, I can tell you that much.
Much cleaner. Definitely waiting for Bunk to like cross the the wall.
we have a escaped golden gecko running around the house, so if something randomly shoots across behind us,
I'm out.
It's good.
This seems to be working much better. I could hear you talking the whole time. It wasn't cutting out.
Great.
So good deal.
Your video looks a lot less choppy too. So
because that was getting pretty crappy. I was like, man, this. I felt bad.
Technical difficulties, man. Like we said earlier, it happens.
All right. What is your guys' opinion on enrichment? Do you think they need it to develop, like mentally?
That's a species question. So
yeah, like if you look at like how we've got our animals set up, because like we have 2 very different collections. Like I'm pretty much just the ball pythons, and that's where the straight blast name comes in, and Emily does the colubrids and the garters and the geckos and stuff like that, which she goes under the name of garden, the garters and geckos. So we're actually like 2 different entities operating out of the same place. But like her species, yeah, they probably need it a little bit more than the ball pythons do. Like I keep a pretty traditional rack system. I got hides in there for those that need it. You know, really just kind of work with each animal. She's got a lot more elaborate setups in all of her tanks and enclosures. So,
yeah, I don't know much about garters. I mean, I use a racking system, and like you said, I hide to the smaller ones until they get bigger, because it really seems like if they have a hide, they eat better. I don't know, in my experience, but
I agree with that for the most part, but it kind of depends. Like I got some that won't eat without a hide, and then some that just don't even use the hide. They just push it aside. So, you know, it's all up to the individual animal.
All right. So, before we get into the question parts, I want to shout or just give a notice that next week, if I hit 500 or not, because I'm like 28 away, I'll probably get it by the way my numbers. I'm going to be having next week. T Balls had an auction tonight, and I won and male het desert ghosts. So I'm giving them both away next week. It was a fundraiser for Todd's aunt who lost her husband. So it was a good, thing to be in the community to, throw into. So I'm going to give back to community. And I know they're not great snakes, but hey, I mean, if someone needs them, see what happens.
I mean,
And I would also like to do a moment Ryan Barchek and positive vibes his way. This last week, I think I'm going to do this
definitely positive
week
vibes
until we hear good news on it. So let's give it 5 minutes time, please.
Sorry, man, you're cutting out again. I have no idea what you just said. Or we're cutting out. Somebody's cutting out.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
There's a delay.
The issue because there's a delay on the chat.
All right, next part of the question part. And you should be a little bit more comfortable, with you guys. The current events could get a little bit, out there and a little bit
dicey.
Get the wheels turning. But who are you guys? Where are you from? Just explain yourselves a little bit.
Well, we're a military family, so currently we're living in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I'm from Northern California and he's from Tinley Park, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, she got out a couple of years ago. I'm still active duty, pending a medical separation, so that probably won't be too much longer, but that's about it. I mean,
yeah.
It's military life, so, but we've both been stationed here in Virginia our whole careers, so it's pretty much been sorry, just random noise, and we got an escaped gecko in the house, so if we kind of dart over, just trying to figure out what it is. But yeah, we're looking at possibly moving back to like the Tinley area here, but for right now, Virginia
Beach. That would be nice.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow actually to go up there for the NARBC, and we're gonna kind of do some house shopping while we're up there.
Nice. All right. I guess I forgot to shout out, so we're going to roll through and shout out. Stan, thanks for coming in. Greg from Rippin' Reptiles, thanks for coming in.
TJ.
Greg and TJ, great people.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Tammy, thanks for coming. Lexus, that's my daughter. Thanks for coming in. Leviathan, thanks for stopping by. Hey, Justin, how's it going? House. PCF, this is another good dude here. PCF Finding Royals, he's a good guy. I like him.
Say I see him a lot in the chats. I've never met him though.
Bob Reptiles-Kenn, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Cat Eyes, thanks for joining us tonight. Come on. Rock from Rock on Reptiles. Thanks for coming in. And we're all caught up in the chat. That auction's going on tonight, so we'll be pretty slow until it ends, but that's all right. It's for a good cause. But what is a normal day like for you guys?
Yeah. Chaos.
Yeah. So
I mean,
like I'm a stay-at-home mom, and like for 4 days out of the week, I was babysitting an additional child. So I would have my 2 kids and then an additional one. So for 3 kids. And then I would kind of try to throw in some care there. And on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I work at a local pet shop.
yeah, and I'm still active duty. So I mean, I'm going in every day. I work at Naval Air Station Oceana here in Virginia Beach. So that's pretty much day-to-day life. Outside of that, most of our like working with the collections and stuff, it's later in the evening after the kids are in bed. Try to get the kids involved a little bit, but that
Or I wake up
becomes a nightmare.
and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and like take care of my geckos and spray everything down and try to feed what I can in the mornings.
Yeah, the kids want to be involved all the time, but you know, they get overexcited, so it just kind of makes it a little difficult. But they're still young. Like our youngest is 2, oldest is 5, so
Almost 3 and 6.
yeah, almost 3 and 6.
There's TJ. She came in.
Yeah.
How's it going, TJ?
Hi, TJ.
Okay. What recessive projects are you guys working?
As far as the ball pythons, we started out mostly with just clown, but recently I got into G-stripe. I've really taken a liking to G-stripe, so I'm going to be putting a lot of our resources over the next couple of years to be trying to develop that a little bit. Obviously going towards the G-stripe clown project. And then we also recently picked up a collection that had a VPI Axanthic clown in it. So we're going to obviously utilize that. It's an adult male, so we're going to start pushing the VPI Axanthic clown as well. Eventually try to merge those together. That's the mainstay. Outside of that, I'd like to get hypo into it, and we got a couple of het puzzles and het sunsets in the collection too. So those are kind of just like side projects, but it's mostly clown and G-stripe.
I think there's a storm or something going on. It's causing, because I'm still freezing. You guys are freezing, but we're going through it. See what we get. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's
really windy out.
It's pretty rough when this happens, but
yeah, we got.
We'll just struggle through and see what happens.
It looks like it's going all right.
But I'm very apologetic for the weather, I guess, because I never really have a problem with breaking up like this. But
it could be anything, man.
Are you planning on doing any double recessives?
Yeah, that's was just saying the G-stripe clown project, the VPI Axanthic clown, getting Krypton into both of those. And then I want to get hypo into the G-stripe as well, and eventually work towards the hypo VPI Axanthic clown for like the ultimate long-term goal.
I don't really show snakes just in the middle of it, but I'm right here by them. I got to show you my line of hypo that I got into. So I got the orange ghost line of hypo, and this, I mean, these snakes are gorgeous. I got 3 of them that are all orange ghost, and just they are beautiful snakes.
I was laughing. I was watching a video from Miguel at Always Evolving earlier, and he was like, the best aging snakes, and I was laughing because like everything that he was showing was hypo, and I'm like, that's kind of cheating because hypo just improves with age. The worst they ever look is when they're babies. So
yeah, if this thing here improves with age, I'm gonna have a beautiful snake because her blushing is insane. Just look.
What is that, black pastel?
No, this is Huffman HRA, orange ghost.
Sorry, same complex.
Yeah, it's the same complex. It looks really close to black pastel, but you don't get that blushing on the side and the dark outlines. HRA, she's a pretty cool snake.
Yeah.
My daughter, she was the first one that got that line, and I seen it, and I had to go up and buy her because her sister was there. I believe she got an Enchi HRA hypo. There's not much banding on it, but there's a few. And after seeing the clutch, I'm pretty sure it's Enchi HRA. When I seen that thing, I went right to that same dude and bought his sister because it was just awesome. Okay.
Well, it's nice because Enchi HRA, that's a Lilac too, isn't it? So in the future,
they're both Lilac complexes. I love them. I really like working Lilacs. I want to get, basically, I want to work the Spider Complex, the Super Stripe Complex, and the 8-Ball Complex. Those are the 3 Lilac combinations, and I'm really
you're looking to
work hard.
You're looking to push all the ones that have high opinions.
Well, what I like,
Spider. No, I agree.
I want to try to stay away from Spider, Champagne, Hidden Gene Wuma and Clown, though. I can't stay away from it because there's some Hidden Gene Wuma clowns out there that are just insane. So I really want to put a Hidden Gene Wuma and Clown, but that's the only one that has problems like the work. Okay, what is
Can't hear you, man. Your audio cut out. I heard what is.
Did you
Did we
hear?
lose you?
Still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't hear that last question. Sorry.
Okay. What are your guys' plans with your YouTube channel?
I actually just posted a video with some update stuff on it, but really I want to kind of make a little bit of a push towards like trying to educate newer people. Obviously, like I said earlier, you know, everyone's got different opinions. Education is the best way that's going to bring people together as far as a community. When I'm looking at when I'm watching a lot of the people on YouTube, I tend to gravitate towards the newer breeders, people who are, you know, only a year or two ahead of me. And I find them a lot more relatable. And I kind of want to offer that same thing to people coming in, you know, somebody just starting out, deciding whether they want to breed or not, kind of pass down that first couple of year information to kind of just keep that cycle going. That's really all the goal is. I'm not trying to be some huge YouTuber or anything like that. I'm just really trying to be part of the community. So.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. I do relate. I see we're going there. I do relate to people more that's in the beginning. They don't even have clutch yet, because I'm still waiting for my first clutch to drop. I thought it would be here by now, but it's not.
That waiting part. Man.
So they're going to catch me with a pan. All right. What is a short-term goal with the Reptiles-Kenn have?
At this point, get through our move that we got coming up successfully, and that
with no losses.
Yeah, we're trying to get our next house, have more space. We're living in a small townhome right now, and we've literally got animals like everywhere. Our short-term goal is to actually like establish a dedicated, you know, reptile room or two, so we can kind of consolidate the collection and really just get our feet underneath us, because we've been just growing at a unplanned pace ever since we started. What 3 years ago?
And we started in 2020.
20, yeah, so 2.5 years ago.
Oh,
We lose you. I think we lost him again. See anything going on in chat?
Oh, we added somebody.
Yeah, I got booted.
10. Nope.
Now you sound like so much better.
What'd you do? Magic?
I don't know. It booted me, and then it came back, and it's like perfect now.
It might have been something on StreamYard's end then. It could have been a host issue.
Yeah, because like you guys are clear, you're not cutting in and out. This is like in the perfect. It booted myself a long time ago.
Sometimes it's all you need to do, right?
Right, just kick yourself in the ass. You'll get it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes just need to replace your brain from your rear end back into your skull.
Yeah, I'm sure that has happened once or twice to me, for sure. What are your guys' long-term goals?
That's a good question. Honestly, I'm looking, since I'm getting out of the Navy here soon, not really by choice. The goal is to kind of have this stuff supplement, you know, any sort of retirement income. I have no dreams of getting huge. I just want to live comfortably, and I'd like to be able to just, you know, do something I enjoy. So, you know, we can breed the snakes, and then I want to teach martial arts. So between the two of those, if I can bring in enough side income to supplement any sort of retirement, I'll be happy. As far as Emily's side of the house, I think she's got more of a growth.
Yeah.
A
more
growth
of a
stream
path for growth. I kind of like the unique or rare to the industry geckos or like garter snakes, and so I'd like to shine more light on care and proper like lighting, heating requirements, and like proper habitat, if you will, for unique species, and not very seen a lot in the industry.
Yeah, because she made a big move into, you know, going into the isopods, plants more recently, you know, different species. So
anything can go in the garden.
Yeah. She's got a bit more lofty thought process than I do. I'm just stick with ball pythons, maybe get into some carpets or spotteds later, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think now down the road, when I get python thing, kind of out in. I really like green tree pythons. I mean, some of them things are just.
Those are a look, do not touch kind of
Yeah,
snake.
I don't want to necessarily touch them. I mean, like my ideal is to have two stamp enclosures that are next to each other. I could just pull a slide out so the female could go over to the male, or the male could go over to the female anytime, like when I'm trying to build. Because sooner or later I want to get into breeding them. I'm going to start with just a female, and then later add a male. And I want to custom build their cages, so I don't really have to touch them. I could throw food in there, if they want to eat.
All I'm seeing is like the box that you cut somebody in half and you just like pull up the sheet, metal sheet, and like
something like that.
Go.
Those teeth are a bit too big for me to mess with. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't know anything about breeding green trees. Like I've always thought they were interesting. I've been told they're kind of finicky. Haven't really done any research on them though.
I haven't started. I mean, I just, when someone starts talking about them, like my ears get really big and I'm listening. I just try to learn as much as I can, like while I'm just pondering, because I do like carpet or the carpet pythons, and blood pythons are pretty neat too. There's a lot of bloods out there that the morphs aren't even being sold on the market. Like the private breeder has 20 different morphs. It isn't even on morph market. So I think bloods are really going to take off, but I've heard a couple bad things about bloods. They're really hard to clean up after because they poop once every 2 months. And once they do, it's terrible.
Yeah. That infant blowout that you get. Yeah. Just imagine that.
Up the back and down the legs.
Yeah. Through the clothes. It gets everywhere.
I don't think I want to deal with that anymore. My kids are old. I'm good on that. So that's keeping me away from bloods, but that's really the only thing. I don't know.
I like I'll get too, but I've been told they got a bit of a temperament. And, with us having small kids in the house, especially with our 2-year-old who likes to run into there and just open up tubs randomly.
Or preaching.
Yeah, I see that going poorly. Did we lose you again?
The wind pick up, and then as soon as I hear the wind outside, I see the things going. So it's got to be the weather causing this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, I wish it was all right, but
hey, we just appreciate you having us on, so we're good.
Well, because this is going like this, I'm going to have you on again because this isn't my typical thing. We usually do better than this, so we're going to have to reschedule later on in the year because this is just too choppy. Like, I mean, we're doing all right. I mean, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for coming on and, at least trying, but yeah, we're going to have to reschedule for later in the year, like a couple months from now, get you out there again.
Yeah, no problem.
But, you got 10 grand. What you buying?
Infrastructure.
Definitely infrastructure.
Racks, enclosures, shelves.
Yeah.
Lighting. Yep. That's what's holding us back.
I've asked that question to a lot of people, and TJ and Greg and you guys are the only ones that answered it saying infrastructure. And if I had a really nice rack, it would be so much easier.
Well, that's what's holding us back. We literally we're space limited. We're just restricted. Like we have nowhere to put anything. If we had more space, if we had more enclosures, I'm sure our collection would be twice as big as it is. So
I'm in the exact same place. If I had more room, but see, I got like 3 rooms I could turn into it. So I got lots of ideals turning up here. So these 3 rooms are going to be filled in the next 10 years with reptiles, but it's going to take me a little time to do it.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for a place with a full basement that covers the entirety of underneath the house. And that's going to be full. That's the goal.
Yeah, that would be nice. A whole basement. Maybe try to see if you can get one with radiant floor heat so the heat rises.
Well,
keep an ambient temperature.
We can get an unfinished one. We can install all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I know. I did geothermal for years, so I know how to do all that stuff. But what have you produced that you are most proud of? If you want to show it off, you're free to show it.
We've only produced 1 season so far, so I'm honestly, we're just happy that we produced.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I mean, I can run and grab a couple of things really quick. Like the most genetically powerful thing we've produced was a pastel Enchi blade spider clown. And we do have her in the other room, but to be honest with you, she's has not been a good eater. We're on like our 16th and 17th assist feed for her right now, and I got a wrap up in there, hoping she goes for it. But
yeah, don't mess with her.
yeah,
I don't blame you there.
Outside of that, you know, most of last year we got a couple of clowns, we got some bells, nothing really too crazy. Not anything that I would feel is really super worth showing off. But if you just want to show some snakes, I can grab a couple.
Yeah, go ahead, show some snakes. Sure, why not?
All right, I'll be right back.
I produced 2 clutches of checkered albino garter snakes.
You can show some of them too if you want.
I got a judge.
GHI is a gene, Lexi. It's just like a yellow belly or whatever. It's just a codom.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the mom of my checkered albinos. This is Gluttony. My very first garter snake. She's really awesome. She's such a sweetheart, so handleable, and like very underrated species of snake. I love her to death. And then right next to her is my second species of snake, is Envy, my California red-sided. And
look.
she is also just as amazing and like really long. Like you can definitely see like tip to tail. I would say like every bit of like almost 2 feet, where Gluttony may be 18 inches. But Envy, every bit of 2 feet, and like the colors on her, especially after shedding, are just stunning. She's got like this beautiful blue belly, and
that is awesome.
You do your work with the garters, and they become so handleable and so tolerant. Like people are always saying like how wiggly and snappy they are, and how darty and they musk. I'm like, they are when they're babies, but these, like, you can see like these guys aren't trying to musk on me. My ladies are absolutely fantastic. And then
those are awesome.
Yeah, my last species, I came into them as kind of like a coincidence. Their mother was wild caught, but this is a Florida blue, so she is captive raised, but her mother was wild caught. This was a instance where they got the mother that was gravid, had an accidental litter, and I've put in a lot of work with her in order for this is Raph, to be handleable, but she's like much more darty, much more movie than my other garter snakes. But I'm hoping for babies. Unfortunately, due to our lack of infrastructure, I do keep all of my garter snakes in one enclosure. And I've seen some co-species or different species of garter snakes copulating. So we're going to have hybrids, which are great pet quality, but not good for breeding quality garter snakes. So I may or may not have hybrid California red-sideds or hybrid Florida blues going on.
I might buy one of them. I mean, that'd be neat.
I've been told like also the hybrids kind of work out a lot of the kinks of like being flighty and anxious reptiles, and like kind of calms them down. They're just more secure in their ability to exist.
Right.
Yeah, as far as a couple ball pythons, like, sorry, go ahead.
I said, just what you got?
I mean, this one's just simple pastel clown. I know a lot of people don't like the pastel in the clown, but personally, I like them, especially if you get a good line like her mother. The line of pastel in her is just really bright, and there we go.
Yes, that is.
In the camera, and like her mother didn't really brown out, and I can pull her out Yeah, I think she's about to ovulate, but I can pull her out, and she's extremely bright as well as like a 2,000-gram snake. So we're kind of hoping to keep, some brightness here. You'll pass on. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where the camera is. But that as far as clowns go, we really didn't make anything too complicated outside of just the pastels. But what Emily's holding was one of the better looking non-recessive combinations we made that I wasn't really expecting. It's a lesser Enchi fire, and we got a really bright line of fire. And this snake in person, the camera's not picking it up very well, but like in person, this snake is yellow. Like
yeah, you can see the yellowing in it.
Yeah, and she is het clown, so that might help it a little bit as well. We hatched out 2 of these, and they were just, I did not expect anything so bright from a clutch that's gonna be all non-recessive.
Yeah, that's a nice snake though. I do like that line of pastel you have as well.
Yeah,
it's a Chad's pastel, right?
No, this line of pastel we got from the guys up at Nice Balls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I guess a few years back they had to liquidate a whole bunch of their snakes, so we wound up picking up a couple of their holdbacks, and the one is a super pastel het clown, and she's just produced nothing. Like everything that came out of her was extremely bright. We had 3 of these pastel clowns, and we still have 2 of them here with us, and both of them are just as bright. I mean, I know they brown with age. These ones are only sitting around like 300-400 grams for the biggest of them.
But Geisha has not browned out at all.
Yeah, Geisha. We name our snakes. I know a lot of people don't, but Geisha's
I
the
name
mother,
mine.
and yeah, she's still incredibly bright too. So
awesome.
But,
I mean, I don't mind pastel and clown if it's a good line, because if it stays yellow, then that's okay with me. I just don't like the ones that brown out.
Yeah, and we're planning on pushing the Krypton stuff pretty heavily, and from what I've seen, pastel doesn't have the same issues with browning out as bad as it does when you start mixing the Krypton into it, or the cryptic gene into it. So I'm hoping to kind of push that route.
I've seen that as well. If you add other a hypo pastel, there's what you could do to make it better for sure.
Right. And like stuff like fire and whatnot helps too. Obviously, yellow belly. We got one of our G stripes. He's a pastel yellow belly G stripe, and again, no browning at all. And I'm not sure if that's just because he's got the yellow belly in him or what it is, but he's another extremely bright snake.
Right.
People talk about like the quality of your breeders, and that's something that we've kind of pushed to. We try to get the best examples of the gene that we can. Like I've got some of them. We've got one. It's a pastel yellow belly calico, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the pastel and it's terrible, but it's got a really good example of the calico. So we're just gonna use him to get calico into a couple of our projects, and obviously not hold back anything that doesn't have it. So or that has that pastel.
Right. Moose, thanks for coming in. Eric B, how's it going?
Yeah, I still have 4 of my baby garters, my checkered albinos available.
I've been looking into garter snakes. They're pretty interesting.
Yeah,
and that California,
right
that California
garters are right here.
A California garter snake is awesome. I would definitely love to own one of them.
When I bought mine from Colubrid Central, who's located down in North Carolina, and I paid a steep price for angry little shoelaces. I bought them for like $450 a piece.
Wow.
The price has calmed down like a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, the market fluctuates. It comes down, it goes up. I mean, it's just all in where it's at.
Here's that G-stripe boy that I was talking about. Again, extremely bright.
He's got some size to him.
Yep. He's kind of our star breeder this year because we're trying to get the G-stripe into a lot of projects. But
yeah, I do like the G-stripe project.
Yeah.
Jim, showing snakes on the camera is an art form. You have to get used to it.
well,
it's like locating the camera. We're still trying to figure out like where exactly it is on in the universe.
Yeah, I'm trying to like put the snake where I think it should be on the screen, but the camera's offset.
And then you have to move it off a bit, decide it needs to go, and it's so confusing. the longer you go, like you'll get used to it.
Right. There we go.
That's pretty nice.
600 for California red-sided and oh my God, 600 for California red-sided in Canada? Yikes. Yeah, sorry. I got the chat here in the background, so I'm like reading it.
Yeah. I usually have my phone and stay a little bit up more on the chat, but with the through and the wind blowing real bad, I guess it's making it worse. So I'm trying
we
to
have a
not.
lot of wind going on here too.
Wind's worse than snow here. If the wind, like, I don't know, we're right in an alley. Sounds like a freight train over our house coming when the wind's going.
You're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I like to end it with just multiple choice question.
Okay.
Your best T score? But you was in the Navy, so yours was different.
Yeah, I have no idea what the question was. You kind of cut out there.
What was your best PT score in basic training?
Oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember? I mean, I was very proud of mine. I did 75 push-ups, 85 sit-ups, and ran my 2 miles in 13:01.
Yeah, I don't remember.
My best time was my mile and a half was just over 13 minutes. I got
Mile and a half. We had 2 miles.
75 sit-ups and 35 push-ups.
Yeah, Navy only does a mile and a half, but I know my best push-up number was around like 110 or 115. Sit-ups was probably around close. I suck at cardio though. My best mile and a half was only like 11 and change.
Well, that's still pretty good for a mile and a half. But I was also 205, like 205, 215 when I was going through. I'm a big dude, so
I'm sitting about 175. So
once upon a time, I was 125. 2 kids ago.
All right. So do you prefer the ball ponds or do you prefer the other snakes? I'm probably going to get 2 different answers here.
You're going to get 2
different answers. That's why we operate under 2 different names under this household.
Yeah, we got
right.
What we like is different, and our target audience is different. So it is what it is.
Greg's like, those tips aren't 2 miles long. No, they're not. That's why I did the bike, Greg. I did the bike. Can't run on water. Sorry.
All right. So if you're wedding or something, do you guys dance or do you not dance?
I wish we would dance.
See, I don't know. I'm out there and just do something stupid. I don't care if I look. I'm dancing.
Yeah, I'll regularly put like music on, and I'm just like kind of jamming in the house, and my kids are joining in with me, and then I got the statue over here.
Yeah, that's me. I don't dance. She gives me crap saying that I can do the martial arts footwork, but I can't dance, so I don't know.
All right. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza.
I'm from Chicago, so I'm obliged to say pizza.
Bland pizza's good. I like deep dish.
It kind of depends on like what kind of day, because like some days I'm always down for like Mexican, other days I'm like I could really go for a burger.
Right.
Other days like pizza is the best thing on this planet, or wings are great. It's like hard to pick. And other days I just want to eat cake.
Eat cake.
Yeah.
So that might be the answer to the next question. What's your go-to munchie?
If it didn't put weight on my hips, chocolate chip cookies.
All right.
Love chocolate chip cookies.
Whatever we have in the house.
Yeah, non-discriminatory.
I will eat whatever we have in the house.
Not picky. I'm not picky either. I'll eat whatever.
If it's junk food,
okay.
I'll eat it.
And the last thing, you guys, Ian's got kids. So what is your favorite kids movie? I was stuck watching them. I always had to have watched them. So what's your favorite one?
I love Brave. Hands down, Brave.
Brave was all right.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon is also really awesome.
That's my favorite one. When I watch that with the kids, I was like, yeah, I can get in this. That's pretty cool.
Both of our kids are obsessed with. They got like the Rescue Riders. It's like the TV show of it, and
Yeah,
so that's on all the time here. So
right. So a question. Just got anything else you just want to show out?
One species of gecko that's really unique and rare in the industry right now.
All right. Sorry, guys in the chat. I haven't really been keeping up. I don't have my phone, and there's windstorms going on here that's messing with, the internet broadcast tonight. I apologize to Jim and Emily as well as you guys.
Yeah.
Another gecko trying to escape.
Yeah. Hold up. It's a velvet gecko. Oh, sorry, she's jumpy.
It happens.
A velvet gecko. They're an Australian-based species, and they're so awesome. And I never handle these guys, and they're very docile. Oops, plop. They don't bite, and if you get them upset, they kind of chirp. They just jump. They don't want to. She just doesn't want to be held.
Like in person, they look and feel like velvet. It's actually really cool.
Wow, the pattern looks like a monsoon pattern.
Yeah, these are
let me see if I can get the male.
These are ocellated velvet geckos. You can see like the side of her face. And she's got eggies. So hoping for some babies here soon. Probably buried.
Awesome.
Just a second.
I like that.
The other one is not as jumpy, but and I know you ask a lot about like polymorphism and stuff like that. These velvet geckos are a good example because they got like a drastic color difference despite being the same species.
We could talk about polymorphism for 2-3 hours. I mean, I could get down with some polymorphism.
Yeah, that's plus I'd bring it up. Just listen to your stuff before. It's a real good example. I think she's got both of them here.
Yeah. So this is the boy.
Oh wow.
And
he's a little darker.
Yep.
Yeah, but these are my ocellated velvet geckos.
Those are neat.
Yeah. Like they're very hard to come by because you can't import or export anything out of Australia anymore. So anything here in the United States is what you're going to get.
Right. Well, if I wanted them, those are really nice looking. That one even it's like peach fuzz, like how peaches were fuzzy. It kind of looks.
It feels like it too. They really do have like just a velvet feel to them.
That was neat. I like that.
Yeah, but like we got crested geckos and leopard geckos and stuff like that here. But the idea to get into some more oddball stuff that you don't see or that you don't see as often.
Yeah, I want to get the Malaysian cat eye geckos as well. I just don't have the room for them.
They were those.
I don't know, Tammy. Mine haven't dropped their tails, but I'm pretty sure that they would regenerate, kind of like they should regenerate very similarly to probably a leopard gecko, where it will regenerate, but just like not the same.
Yeah, it kind of looks bulbousy.
Yeah, or just like off, not as like rigid. It's going to be more smooth.
Yeah, but short of them being a little jumpy like that, though, they're really calm for geckos. Like, I mean, jumpy by saying trying to escape, not like jumpy as far as like hard to handle. Did we lose you again?
Freckled and
Hi, Freckled and Friggle.
There you are. Hello,
all right,
friend.
guys. Yeah, right. It keeps cutting in and out. We're going to end this one 10 minutes early tonight. Like I said, we're going to get you back on another month when this ain't happening all the time. I am apologetic for the connection. It's not well tonight.
No.
we'll figure this out. We'll get you guys back on a later date. But thank you guys in the chat for coming. I appreciate you sticking through that. I don't even know through that. Like,
Yeah, thank you all. I did start. I see it's starting to cut out again. So
sorry, guys. Just tonight's not a good night, I guess.
Yeah.
Weekends next week.